Welcome back, Scent Squad. Emerald C here with a before you buy fragrance review for Sauvage Elixir and the original Sauvage. Now, if you are a guy, I know at some point you have worn this, you smelled it, and you've loved it, right? If you're a woman, you've probably smelled or walked past a guy who's had this on and you're like, oh my God, this smells really good. That's because it's Sauvage, right? This is what you should know before you go ahead and buy it if you haven't already. We have Sauvage the Elixir. This one is phenomenal for evenings, winter, and fall. It's more of a warm, woody, spicy amber fragrance, right? Now the original has, of course, the original DNA, but this is great for springtime, summertime, and daytime. This is more of a fresh citrus, lightly spicy amber aroma. So while they both have the same DNA, they do differ a little bit. Now with the Elixir, we'll start with that one. This is where you're going to smell like the lavender, the nutmeg, and you're definitely getting like the licorice notes of the Elixir. Now, in addition to these notes, this is what you're going to smell first. You're also going to get top notes of nutmeg, cinnamon, cardamom, and grapefruit. So these are your top notes. This is what you're going to smell first for a while, and then those notes are going to go ahead and evaporate. When they evaporate, you're going to get hit with lavender. Even though you do smell lavender first, it is a part of like your secondary or heart notes. So you're going to smell that for quite a bit before they evaporate. Now, once the lavender evaporates, you're going to get hit with your base notes. This is what you're going to smell the longest. We have licorice, sandalwood, amber, patchouli, and Haitian vetiver. So that's what's going to round off this fragrance. So we're going to go in with the original. All right, so with the original, you're going to smell ambroxan, which is like that dry, musky amber scent, followed by bergamot. And the spiciness of pepper is definitely giving a little spice in there. So I'm getting pepper notes as well. This is so much fresher than the Elixir, which is more like sexy and sensual. This is definitely giving like daytime. We also have our top notes. So our top notes for this are citrusy bergamot. So this is what you're going to get hit with first when you smell the fragrance, followed by Szechuan pepper. So of course it's definitely giving that little spicy note like Sauvage does. Lavender, which is powdery and floral. We also have star anise and nutmeg. So you get like the warm, nutty notes of that. Base notes are ambroxan. And last but not least, that very creamy, buttery vanilla. Let's jump into the longevity of the fragrances. We have the Elixir. The Elixir is going to last anywhere between 12 plus hours. This honestly is an eternal fragrance. It is going to last for a very long time and it sits very well on the skin. While the original Sauvage, this one isn't going to last as long. It is a lighter daytime scent. So this is going to give you about 10 hours, anywhere between 8 to 10 hours. It does last a very long time, but absolutely nowhere near as long as the Elixir. For projection for this fragrance, the Sauvage is more of a room-filling scent, right? You're going to spray, hit your pulse points, moisturize, and go ahead and spray on down, right? You are going to be able to smell this within the room. This is most certainly a room-filling fragrance. While Sauvage, the original, not so much. It radiates well around your body, so within that space around your body, it isn't intimate. You will be able to smell further from your body, but it doesn't project as well or it lasts as long as our Elixir. Now, one thing I will say about the original Sauvage is this isn't a unique fragrance. It's not unique in the sense that you're going to be the only one that's smelling it. This fragrance has been out for a while and a lot of guys have this fragrance, okay? A lot of guys have it. So you're not going to smell different. You're not going to smell unique. It isn't a niche fragrance, but you will smell good. So there is that to kind of keep in mind. The Elixir, on the other hand, it has depth, warmth, complexity. It's very intense. It's sensual. Though it does have a lot of the DNA from the original Sauvage, it definitely differs in the most sensual, beautiful way. And it's a lot stronger. Now, when it comes to being a compliment getter for these two, you're going to get compliments for both, okay? Though I feel, however, you will get more for the Elixir opposed to the actual original Sauvage. As far as occasions for this fragrance, the Sauvage Elixir is really good if you are going to a special occasion, maybe a wedding. It's great for a date night, okay? Because a woman will love it. I actually got both of these for my husband. He found the Sauvage first and he wanted that, and then he smelled the Elixir, so I got that for him too. So this is really good for a date night. If you're just doing like a night out with the guys for a wedding, any kind of special occasion, maybe a dinner party or something along those lines, it's going to really shine through. The original Sauvage is really good for the daytime. So anything that's like really casual. If you're running errands and you just want to smell good, I feel like this is something you could put on. You can also wear it very nicely to work, to a business meeting, to a job interview, anything along those lines. If you want to go and grab lunch with your friends, this right here is your go-to. As far as the age range for our Sauvage, see, this, I don't feel like a 20-year-old could do it justice. I feel like this is really sexy for a guy in his like mid to late 30s, 40s, 50s. I feel like this fragrance will be really nice for him, especially the Elixir. The Sauvage Original, this might be able to be used for a guy, maybe 25, early 30s. Also, another thing I love about the Dior Sauvage bottles is like the magnetic pull. You could just lightly sit the cap on and it connects. And it's like that with both of their bottles. You just sit it and it just snaps together. I mean, of course, that's how magnets work. But I didn't realize how much this is needed until like these bottles, because there are a lot of other fragrance bottles that don't do that. Not even fragrances from my own personal collection, let alone my husband's collection. Is this a fragrance I would recommend? Absolutely. I would. I'm very partial to the Elixir over the actual original Sauvage. So if I had to choose between the two and I said, okay, go get this over this, or if you can only buy one, it depends on what you're looking to do in life. Like, all right, are you looking for like an everyday scent that you could wear anytime? Then definitely the original Sauvage. But for me, the Elixir is just the winner all around, because I like warmer fragrances as a woman in my fragrance collection, but I also think my husband smells so sexy when he wears this. I really do. So this right here will most certainly be the clear winner if I had to select between the two. All right, so let's go ahead and jump into some of the reviews from other individuals who have bought and wear Sauvage. We'll start with the OG first. First review. This was my first fragrance I bought in 2020 after not wearing fragrances for a decade. It got me back into fragrances. Great spicy go-to for winter, spring, and fall. It's only outshone by Sauvage Elixir, which is another story in itself. Sauvage is the kind of fragrance I'll always have there just in case. All right, I love that after getting back into fragrances. I don't agree that it is like a good winter or fall fragrance, only because with the notes that are in here, they're lighter than the actual Elixir. So it's not going to shine through as well in the winter and the colder months because it sits closer to the skin. This is too light to be a substantial cold weather fragrance. It's not, I don't feel like it's going to show through as well as the Elixir, which has more prominent, warm, stronger notes. This is lightly spicy. That is like warm, spicy showing through for the Elixir. So for the actual Sauvage, that's the only part I don't agree with, but I love that they got back into fragrances. And yes, this is a good fragrance to always just like have in your pocket. Sauvage Elixir. This is great if you don't want to smell like Sauvage, which is a solid fragrance but smells a little bit too much like aftershave in my opinion. This is a great high quality daily date night fragrance. It's sweeter than the EDP, and the lavender really grounds the nutmeg and cinnamon without being cloying. It's a solid 9 out of 10 safe blind buy or gift. I won't add it to my collection, but I'll pick up the travel spray and wear it when I get bored. Okay, no Elixir disrespect will be tolerated. We're not wearing this just when we're bored. We're not. This is just like a really phenomenal grounded fragrance. But you know what? To each their own. Everything else they said was most certainly spot on. We're going to transition back to another Sauvage review. It smells so shower fresh and clean. I like to wear this in high heat summer. It's so lovely and long lasting and such a compliment getter. Yes, I told you it'd be a good compliment getter. Elixir. Lovely fragrance. Doesn't deserve the hate on the internet. It smells rich, sexy, and spicy, and it has that Dior Sauvage DNA. Lasts 15 hours. Very big projection for the first 5 hours. It spends weeks, maybe months on clothes. All right, so I don't know about that long on clothes, weeks, maybe months, because I'm like, all right, we got to wash stuff after a while. But it does last very long. I'm loving this review. And yes, Sauvage does get a lot of hate on the internet. And I don't know why. All right, we're going to do our last fragrance review for our 2 fragrances. We're going to go with Sauvage. I smell this fragrance on at least 3 guys every single day, and I'm not exaggerating. I turn my head and say, another NPC. Smells like synthetic crushed leaves, grass, and mud. Also, if you want a gatekeeper fragrance, say you wear this. Oh, here we go with more Sauvage hate. This is what they were talking about when they say Sauvage gets so much hate. Sauvage Elixir. This is a strong perfume. Only 2 sprays are enough, in my opinion. I can smell licorice and nutmeg. Intense and captivating, exquisite. Nighttime and perfect for the winter. Yes, I agree. Everything that was said, no lies detected here. That's very much so spot on. If you have either one of these fragrances, I would love to hear from you. I want to hear what the difference is that you smell with your nose between the Elixir and the original. Or if you're interested in purchasing them, which one are you leaning more towards? Do you get a lot of compliments on it? I want to hear from you. If you haven't already, I need you to stop what you're doing and subscribe. Follow the Emerald Sea Fragrance family. I want you to join us. Until then, I'll see you in the next video. Toodaloo, Scent Squad.